as the stars, the moon, and all of that. Yeah. Oh, man. Sheesh. And I said to myself, man, you gotta savor the moment. You gotta kind of fill in the blanks and get down to the, how you say it, what's really taking place, man. I'm sad to say it, but even the federal government can't be trusted. Why? Jobs on the line, speculation is on the line, and the chief in charge seems to make his rules up as he goes along. But let me see. I think I got a special sponsor today. Visit Dubai, they say. More subliminal. You know what I mean? It's like I said before, man. How they say, you gotta respect your fathers out here, man. Respect it, man. But that's not the case. Because history has another story that it's telling out here in these streets, especially today, man. As I caught a glance earlier, starting off my day, it was a little taste of the Vatican and the priest said that Jesus kissed feet before his, I guess, so-called assassination. But I'm thinking to myself, how could three wise men bring some of the three most valuablest things on the earth to a specific individual, and they end up kissing feet before they demolish stones and pretty much, who knows what really happened? But from the story, it wasn't too well. As I take a little gander in some things that I was kind of in thought and felt the need to share, I ran across the definition for something called dummy. And it disturbed me in a way because it actually describes a deaf individual. That was a problem. Second off, the moons, the stars, and all of that, the collapsation of that. Now, as we look up into the stars and all of that, they seem to either be moving or, let's just say we look up into the sky, it seems to be moving. Correct. Now, my theory was, let's just say it's not this actual sky that's moving. It's all the items that's actually in it that's actually moving. Making everything that was there before kind of pushed out. I mean, not as far as that. I'm talking as far as the theory that's been put in front of you and I for I don't know how long. But this theory that I'm coming up with is that space itself does not move. All that other stuff, the moon, the stars, all of that, everything else moves. It's as if, say I'm space, I'm not moving over it, right? But everything else around me moving. But if it's looking at me, it would seem as if I'm moving while it's on this. But anyway, and this term, I don't know exactly the term exactly, but they're using this term now. It's called the hunky monkey. Savagery out here. Now, Mueller, let's get into some of this. Cause I had to get that off. Let that marinate. It was just, oh yeah, and I appreciate those that dislike some of my theories and some of my you know, I highly appreciate it. Highly. As Mueller reveals Trump's efforts to thwart Russia's inquiry in highly anticipated Mueller probe. Listen, man, I didn't really anticipate it. I just kind of looked at all of the situations and said to myself, this is the President of the United States. But, different, like I said, definitions. Like I said, you look up like I said, these two definitions, the actual colors definitions, and you bring yourself into that situation of those learning the English words for the first time, and they will learn what these two words define in the English dictionary, and then they'll have their own interpretation, but one is and one is. Oh man. And like I said before, different strokes for different folks. As Mueller reports highlights Rosenstein's role. Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw Barr and how his face lit up with all of this is extravagance of I'm gonna be able to blow Mr. W out of the box. And like I said, man, the hip hop attackers are out, man. They're attacking all the other everything. And I said that, man. And another thing too is I was trying to look up something, and it was the population of police officers. I can't seem to pull that up. The full population of the United States police officers. Now, I started to think of myself, is that population over one of these populations? And then I say to myself, well, I mean, as far as numbers is concerned, because you do create these things for a reason. And as I recall, the first thing was not a language, it was signs. So if you wanted to, it was more or less you would have to, but that's too far. Short circuit likely caused Notre Dame fires, as police say. They are on call, though. The U.S. now ranks as a problematic place for journalists. I wonder why. After Slice said fake news. But what is so-called fake about majority of my news? Is it that I voice my own opinion about the news that I'm hearing? Because it's actually from the Googler. And salute to the Googler for actually going in subliminally and weaving its way through the lies. Because it's now redacting some of these things that's in there, switching and swapping a few things. Because from my understanding, in order to capture something, you had to have something and all of this other stuff, but then you found certain remains in certain places. And I wonder why you found those remains in those certain places, because that's where the you know what I mean? It never really happens in the atmosphere that you would place it in. It just the remains. As a man is arrested carrying gas and lighters He said he was trying to get across the little western and I don't know. Federal appeals panel upholds California sanctuary state law. You can have a sanctuary state law in your states. But like I said, man, what legislation can I come that I'm gonna get my just due upon? So I gotta be a little more strategic with this thing here, man. And the excitement, overwhelmment of this thing you call Ripple, and you doing all this, but it's going back into the same consumer even faster. Making you something to just talk about. Oh man. And like I said, man, respect your fathers, man. What? No matter what. Yeah. Pinterest and Zoom surge in earlier trades after IPO. I mean, it's going to be a lot of surging in trades and all that because it's going to go back into that same creepalicious monster that slices so-called trying to regain back. Because the deficit no one is talking about. And it's up past 20 trillion beyond the fact that was about a couple months back. And they're going to shuffle that. They're going to stiff arm that. But it's not legal. And like I said, man, you got your whole appointed family, people you just think are the greatest people on earth. Not working for you, working with you. Because never in the history of job searches have they said we need your loyalty. That sounds like you're going to war or something. Oh, and but then again, that's already in the play too. Remember, and your catastrophicness too. Remember. Man. So who's really winning here? Me or Because like I said, the ideas that I have crafted is tricky, but said, man. Can only work in someone else's hands. McDonald's cuts its premium sandwiches line, signature craft recipe. Listen, man. I'm not even gonna go into the franchises and like I said, man. I seen something a couple days ago where they was introducing this like life-size cracker. It was kind of big. It was a big cracker, and then they put icing over the top of it, broken into little pieces, and said, "This is a meal." It's a meal. It's not food. It's a meal, though. Oh man, and they say this is nutritious stuff for you to do. What? It's Amazon Music Free Aid supported tier codes live, but only for Alexa users. And that's another thing as far as this internet. You can see my digital pixels are more adapted because they're starting their own underground cyber hack web. And I don't mind it. It's just more or less. You gotta let people know what you're doing, man. Otherwise, it get messy, man. And it's already messy enough. But hey, man, some people like that, man. Some people like mess. Facebook password for hundreds of millions of users were exposed. You think so? You think so? You really think so? Everything you do, they ask you for your Gmail. They ask you for your email. So I figured you could probably just give it out for free, but it's probably going to be used to, you know, send messages to you accept, and then, but nah, that's not the case that's going on out here, man. It's deeper than that. Get the email, they going through the little digitals and all that, man. Savages. They ain't got nothing better to do, baby. And then this becomes a thing, like I can get more people to do this with me, and then you be indestructible. But there's something always, you know what I mean, ready to offer evil, man. And waiting for it. Oh, man. And I said, man, that can only be God's fruit, man. As Teresa Gayudis, that's pretty, seen out in New Jersey after husband Joey deportations. Man. Laura Lowen's daughter Olivia Jade could be implicated in college admissions because of the dub. Say, man, different strokes for different folks, man. And not mad, it's just, what can you do? She could pay the fines, but that just, you know what I mean? Wendy Williams' husband, Kevin Hunter, removed as an executive producer. He got fired, got the payoff, and he got the divorce. It's a total win for everyone. That's what I mean. You gotta get in this game with a little bit of compromise. If some don't know how to, and that leaves them stuck into the point where they're doing drastic things, man. And I'm referring to Slice, that is, man, and his constituents. For one, they claim this, that, and the third, literally, you know, because the Freedom of Speech Act is enacted. And politicians have the freedom to fly off with unrealistic rhetoric to infuse their unrealistic rhetorically fan base. Because if you got enough time to actually, then you actually not helping the problem, you're actually inducing it. And who's left to blame? No one, because they don't even know what's, you know what I mean? They don't know what to say, because it can't be taken, it can be taken literal, real, or unreal. And like I said, it wasn't a language at first, it was just symbols. And levels of power have overtaken those trying to gain it. Source A, Slugger Davis gets 33.33 million in extensions. Everyone wants to be the highest paid. And on that quest, there's only one. Just one. Tiny earthquakes happy every few minutes in Southern California, studies find. Ah man, shaking up some things, man. Like I said, you got all of this mixture of this and mixture of that, and you legalize this and legalize that. You gain, but it's a lot of how you say it, destruction in the process, which is you seen what happened with the nip and all of that and everything else. And like I said, it's not even that type of situation that's the problem. It's everything surrounding that. That's it, man. The rappers, all of them, man. They under attack, man. Why? The higher ups took a gamble. That gamble happened to be Ripple. Ripple happened to be something that you can gain onto with some money that you have and gain more money as you trade money with other money. But that money is federal money. Now, Slice plans was to get it all back eventually. But things don't go as planned as far as, somebody could have bought more than expected at a specific time. All the while, you still got this monster machine rolling on its normal course. So you can lie to the public, baby. Yeah. It's okay. It's definitely okay, baby. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see the president go down in history like that. You know what I mean? Unless it's such an individual that's marked as such as that. And then I said to myself, well, if you're doing so much, then why you compare yourself to Obama? Oh man, I love it, baby. I love it, baby, because my actual major was supposed to be a business major. But I thought it a master's degree with the way I was thinking about it. And I said, how much that cost, baby? How much that cost? how much a good? I need a good one. I need a good one. You know what I'm saying? I need a good one. Yeah. They told me how much it was, and they told me how interesting my ideas was, and I said, all right, wait a minute. A bunch of franchises popping up, man. A bunch of franchises. And I said to myself, well, those franchises are right. They all right. But it's a smidget of kind of the global plan that I had in order at the time. But hey, man, you don't live in the past, we live in the now, and someone is selling remains of baby T-Rexes. Now, if that ain't illegal, I know. I said, man, this is priceless. items that belong in the museum to, you know, but that's it, man. The thirst is so real. That's how it is. And that's on eBay, by the way. If you're looking for a piece of that, I wouldn't really. Like I said, man, there's so many scandals. It's ridiculous out here. And I got a little long-winded today, man. I said to myself, man, how else am I supposed to program this thing, man? Because someone doesn't want me to do it, and then when they want me to do it, they want me to do it. And I'm like, nah, man. Just going to utterly try to make me out to be something I'm not. Oh, man. Pink moon set to illuminate the skies this Friday. That ain't gonna be no pink moon, baby. That's gonna be the nucleus. Kim Jong-un let them off, baby. And like I said before, man, if you can't manage a certain thing, then why would you manage the world? What? Let me get back into it, baby. Judge upholds New York City mandatory measles infection. Listen, man, that ain't the measles, baby. That ain't the measles. What's your medication eat? I see, man. Nope, ain't that. He said you got these underground missiles and all that that go underneath the water. You can't detect them. Right? And all that, man. I said, man, wow. Somebody looking for revenge. I'm good on all of that, man. And how you had your measles shot? I mean, have you had your measles shot? They say. The way I'm looking at it, what are we using to create these items? Is it tap water or is it this? And it seems as if you want to make everything the cheapest and the cheapest and the cheapest so you can gain more off of it. Hey. Meaning less of this, pay more of that. Turning this world into a third world country. This was not my plans, baby. I told you, man, you gotta take care of your people, they're gonna take care of you. If not, you end up with, what am I gonna do now? The power done went to your head, man. It didn't skyrocket to it, man. You gotta walk around without the wig going a little bit sliced. Listeria links. I mean, it humbles a little bit, you know what I mean? It's you in the flesh. No extra additives. Listeria linked to deli slice product. Nah, man. Like I said, they cleaning this meat and all of this. What, this or the tab? Vegetables, everything. On it with the tab or with this. All your little situations there. What you doing with that? What they making it with? This or the tag? Take the chance, baby. And I kind of see why they want you to go vegan, but even then, it's kind of like survival of the fittest, baby. What's right and what's not. Will you be able to detect, direct, or will you be able to inspect the best? With that being said, peace. I got to go, man.